Okay, I don't know why I always start these videos off with me opening an energy drink and not already caffeinated up, because that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Like, you're supposed to have energy before you start videos. By the way, I don't know if I've shown this before. This, if it zooms in on it, is my Microtech LUDT 3rd generation? I can't remember exactly which gen it is. I know someone's like, don't use it to pry, don't pry it open with the tip. That's what we're doing. And the reason why I don't really care about, you know, using the tip of this to pry open an energy drink can is because I just dropped it. I have, somewhere in here, a second one. A brand new second one. Now, you might be wondering, why in the hell would you buy 2 of them? I mean, other than being cool and badass. Reason being, and why wouldn't you care about the knife? Like if you just drop it. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. Reason being, I didn't actually pay for it. I mean, I did pay for them, but it was my tax refund. So technically I bought them, but my tax refund, and I bought them because to stay off the sads, because I just broke up with this girl, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I haven't bought a knife in a while, so I'm buying 2 Microtechs. And yeah, I was happy for like 5 minutes, and that's generally how consumerism works. Anyway, there we go. I almost said hi, Mr. Old Man here. I'm like reverting back to my old lizard brain state. Wow, I have not had one of these for probably, well, over a week now. So, tasty. When I went to BIOS this morning, I woke up, I've had a weird week. And so I woke up and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I want some energy drinks. I want to make a YouTube video because I haven't made YouTube in forever. I feel way out of practice. And then, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to my local grocery store and buy myself a little 4-pack of Monsters, pick up my spirits. And of course, I run into 2 coworkers when I'm there. I'm just like, bro, please. I don't want to talk to anyway. The one girl, she actually texted me when I was on my way there because she recognized my car, because I was a dumbass and got a very, 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 very recognizable car. And it's not like an expensive car or anything. It's just fucking bright yellow. Like, because my car blew up and I need a new car. I got a new car. Well, this is like 2 years ago. But anyway, it's a cool car. I was going to make a YouTube video on it, a review of it, and I was just like, fuck it, I didn't. And then it's kind of too late now. But 2024 Chevy Trax, in case anyone was wondering. I have a custom plate on it too, which makes it even more recognizable. So, yeah, I've been recognized by my brother's in-laws, multiple people at work. They're like, I saw you driving. I'm just like, I need to get some fucking little shitbox beater so I can just be I want to be a gray man, but like everything I do stands out, it seems. But like I'm dressed pretty oh, speaking of that, I gotta take off my gun. Can you see the gun? Like that. Glock 27, hell yeah. I gotta put this away because it's uncomfortable to be leaning on that. It's also hot in my apartment. Like, it's hot as shit. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like sweating right now. But I try and go incognito, just like overshirt, little t-shirt, show up the muscles. You can't fucking see the muscles. Anyway, I haven't been getting to the gym too much recently. I mean, I've started going again. Anyway, so I try and be gray man and most of my stuff, and then somehow I always stand out. Even like in my haircut, I try not to be super noticeable or do anything wacky, but I'm gonna grow it out long again probably, because fuck it, why not? Anyway. So this video, there's a couple catalysts for it. One is spending about $500 last night. The economy's not fucked. I'm not going into debt. I'm not in debt, but no, I spent $500 last night because I decided, I'm like, you know what? When the fall comes, I'm gonna be doing more YouTube video. I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna do some hiking videos, some hiking vlogs. I want to try geocaching and bring you along on some of that stuff. So I have a GoPro Hero 7 Black. The GoPro Hero 7 Nick. So I have this, and I bought this years ago because I was like, I'm gonna use this as my little go around. Can you even see that? No, there you go. There we go. I'm gonna use this as my little vlogging camera. The problem is, when you put on your little stick, the little housing, every little rub on this phallic looking penis object, it goes straight into the microphone, and it sounds like shit. So I decided, you know what? They come out with the GoPro Hero 13. 13 is my favorite number, and they also came up with limited edition green version, so I'm like, I'm getting myself another GoPro. So I'm I decided to like force myself into making videos, because I'm like, you just spent a shit ton of money, dumbass. You better, I mean, that's what I did on this thing. This isn't a weird scientific object. It's a gimbal for my camera. Can you see it? My lighting is kind of shit right now. I use this for one video. It's really cool. It just, yeah. I didn't use it much. But I figure, hey, if I got the GoPro, it's a little camera, like bringing around my big camera like this, even in its like minimalist setup, even if I don't have a microphone on, like right now I got a big ass microphone on it. Let's see if you can, here, hang on a second. You see you right there? Big ass microphone. Yeah, so that's like the minimalist setup I can do to film videos, and it's massive. I can't just throw it in my pocket. I need to bring a camera bag with me and stuff. So I'm like, if I have a GoPro, I can just like throw it in my jacket pocket, you know, my inside jacket pocket, and just walk around with it, and it'll be fine, you know, in between shots and stuff. Because I'm not always gonna walk around with the thing out in front of me like, hey guys, look at what I'm doing. You know, that's just retarded. But so I'm like, yeah, spend the money and then like basically force yourself into making videos. And then I was like, well, you gotta start back up now. So we started back up now. I've already made videos explaining why I left YouTube, and I'm gonna probably delete that one because some of the information in there is not currently up to date because I went back on my fucking word, like I always do. But with all that aside, housekeeping aside, we're now up to like 6 minutes. So 7 minutes, 6-7 minutes. With all that housekeeping aside, we're gonna get to talking about what I wanted to talk about today. Talking about. And that's like two kind of subjects merged together. They're sort of the same subject, but so I've been getting into reading books, you know, those little things with paper. I know if you're born after like 2020, no, not 20. Yeah, if you're born after 2020, you don't know what a fucking book is. You don't even know how to talk. If you're born like if your birth year starts with a 2, you probably don't know what a book is. But books, they have paper. See, they're together. And they have paper pages, and inside the pages, they have words written. You can read those words. It's kind of almost like looking at a text on your phone, but a bunch of texts in a little packet of paper. Now, you might not know what paper is. Paper is what these things that are called money used to be printed on. It's like fibers from trees. It used to be valuable. Now it's worth jack shit. Now crypto is the only thing worth anything. Anyway, so two topics that are kind of interesting. One is the books I've been reading recently, and then the second one is like there's no books for men to read. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a dude, okay? I come off as, I would like to assume I come off as a guy. I don't look like a bitch. I don't, well, actually with long hair I kind of do. People have mistaken me for a woman, but that's, anyway. But I'm a guy, and I've picked up reading twice now in my life. Once was back, I want to say around like 2014 or 16. It was a while ago, and I started reading a little bit. I was more into like, I don't know, like graphic novels like Watchmen, V for Vendetta. There was one book that no one knows about. I'm gonna actually grab it here. Hang on a second. Okay, we grabbed 2 books actually. So one of the first books I actually read was this book, Dark Heavens, by Roger Levy. Dark Heavens: Await the Living Dead. It's actually like I looked up, hard to find now. It's kind of rare, the paperback version of it. I bought it for like a couple bucks off Amazon, and I've read it 2 or 3 times now. You can get it on Kindle if you want. It's not like expensive on Kindle or anything. If you want a physical copy, and see, that's what sucks. Like a lot of books now, it's hard to get them physical. You know, some of the older out of print ones. But you can read this. How many times have I said Jeez, the heat's getting to me. The heat stroke and the sleep deprivation. I only had 1 day off this week, or this is like my only day off until next Sunday. So fuck it. So yeah, this book, so yeah, this book I've read a couple times, and I still don't really understand a lot of it. I think the writer was a dentist or some shit, but anyway, long story short, this is one of the first books I read. And then another book, this is an interesting one. This Parasite Eve. Ooh, hey, look at that. Fuck yeah, that should be my my thumbnail. Parasite Eve. So I played the Third Birthday, which is based off Parasite Eve, the video games, the PlayStation ones, which I haven't played yet. Actually, oh shit, actually I got it right here. I played it on my Ein Odin. I do have a actual PSP that I played on, but this thing was like, it's the premium way to play PSP games. I mean, I got so many little emulators, but this is like, it's like a Switch, but for PSP. That doesn't make sense, but it's like the size of a Switch Lite, actually. We're getting way off topic here. God, I miss making videos. Just, I feel like I have to be like shoehorned into a topic because that's what everyone does on YouTube, but then I'm just like, no, dumbass, do whatever the fuck you want. Look at it. See? It's a Switch Lite. That's the Ein Odin. So it's, actually, the Ein actually has a bigger screen. But it's a very, very, very nice way to play PSP games. And I haven't really played a ton of them on there. Just the main one was, where the fuck did you go back in there? Damn, son. There we go. The main one was the Third Birthday, because I didn't want to. I don't like playing on the PSP. Like the PSP, I know people are like, play on the actual hardware. It's like nah. PSP just kind of feels a little. Yeah, Sony didn't really do a good job with the buttons. I feel. I don't like it. They just did too mishy. God, where was I going with this? I was going somewhere. Oh yeah, Third Birthday, Parasite Eve. So this is basically like a doctor's manual. Like it explains how to do a kidney transplant. And apples and potato chips. I have so much miso soup as I want. And ice cream, even chocolate, what the fuck? I haven't read this in forever. I want to read through it again, but the ending of it is like, oh my god, someone needs to go to fucking prison for writing this goddamn book. But there's another book too like that, and it's actually Japanese too. The Japanese have some weird shit. Like, I mean, the Japanese made anime, so don't get me started on anime. I do want to make an anime video about how I feel like that modern anime is kind of a pipeline to PDF files. I'm gonna get a lot of people mad at me for that. So, I was into reading back then a little bit, and then kind of gave up on it. I started playing video games and rotting the shit out of my brain, because that's fun to do. And then I moved out of my parents' house, thank God. I was gonna blow my fucking brains out if I didn't. Moved out, and then I have all this space and all this time now, which I can just waste on Facebook, but which is why I've done half the time. But I decided I'm gonna pick up reading again, so I went overboard. I watched so many fucking books. I have like 2 bookshelves full of books, mostly unread. And I have another bookshelf of my read books. So like I read a book, I put it on my read bookshelf, read a book, read bookshelf, read a book, read bookshelf, read, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I've slowly been chipping away. Like basically whenever I find a book that I think is interesting, I just buy it from Amazon. I know there's like the whole thing of like overconsumption and all that bullshit, and like I get it. Like I buy too many books that I haven't read. My thing is like a lot of them I don't want them to go out of print. It's not just because I want another book. It's like if it goes out of print, I don't want to have to track down a copy and like some little back wall, you know, used bookstore. I want the book in case it goes out of print. And then books are cool. I want a lot of them. And there's no other reasons. I'm trying to name off a bunch of reasons, but basically I want them in case they go out of print. And then I remember hearing one guy talk about like books are kind of like collecting wine in a wine cellar. You're buying it with the intention of enjoying it at a later date. So I'm like, that kind of makes sense. You know, you can buy the book, you put it in your bookshelf, and then at a later date, you're gonna read it. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. But as long as you plan on reading them, okay? That's the thing. Don't just buy them just for aesthetics reasons, you know? For a long time, I just had my books just sitting on my coffee table. Which, coffee table now, it used to be clean. Like, I had a bunch of books on it, and I cleaned it off, and I basically cleaned it off because I had a girlfriend. When she would come over, you know, we'd put snacks and shit on there, we're watching movies and stuff. But then, once we broke up, I'm like, free-for-all, and now I need to make a video about my coffee table because it's kind of it's a wreck. It's interesting though, but it's like, it's yeah. Archaeologists will discover it one day and wonder who the fuck lived in this place. Getting back on topic, not that we ever were on topic, but getting back on topic. There's this whole discussion that like there's no books for men. And like I said, I'm a dude, I have a dick. That works. And because I'm not pumping myself full of estrogen, and I'm not, well actually, I probably am. You can't avoid it nowadays. Anyway, this is probably fucking up my testosterone somehow. I'm weird, like, yeah, obviously people are like, no shit. No, I'm weird, like, I'll do stuff that's like really healthy. You know, like, I'll eat really clean, I'll go to the gym, and then like just eat a bunch of candy, and then go to the gym, and then eat clean, and then slam a bunch of monsters, eat a bunch of cookies. It's like, I just go back and forth. It's like, I don't fucking know. It's like, but somehow I'm still here. There's the whole thing of there's no books for men, which is absolute bullshit because you just need to look and dig. And I pulled off the latest stack of books I've been reading. I normally read about maybe, it's not a lot, a book or two a month, maybe. You know, it's not, excuse me. Like I said, it's not a lot, but I try and keep up with it. I try and keep a book in my rotation of stuff I do. A couple pages a night, you know, nothing too crazy. I like to switch back and forth between novels and self-help books. Not self-help books, personal development type books. You know, self-help just sounds like, you know, oh, you're trying to find out if you're trans or not. Here's a self-help book that tells you are. Cut off your dick. Nah, I try and go back and forth between like the personal development type books, you know, and then novels. I found lately I've been kind of falling more into the novel space because the self-help books all get the same after a while, or novels at least are a little bit different. I'll still sprinkle in a personal development book here and there, self-help, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I know I'm calling it by a million different names. I'll sprinkle in one of those books every now and then just to kind of, or I'll keep one like that I'm just I'll read a chapter or two of it, then maybe not touch it for a couple weeks, read another chapter or two, because those, you don't really have to like cover to cover type books, really. You know, you can just read a little bit and then come back to it later. Like I have one that I've been reading now probably for about 6 months. It's just, I'll just pick it up, read a chapter, and then, whatever, you know, when I'm bored. You don't want to just pour your heart and soul into them, because it gets boring and you become a boring person, and that's all you're talking about. But novels are kind of cool because like the characters in there, you can kind of pick out little character traits from them. And I do like about like as far as stories go, in novels they can have the most batshit insane stories that you would never get made into like a video game or a movie, because those, like, first of all, like a movie you have 2 hours a lot of times at max. I'm shaking up from that caffeine. Hell, I am. Wow, dang. I haven't had caffeine now in a couple days. That's hit me hard. In a movie, you have like 2 hours, like max, to get your thoughts and bullshit out. And you have to chop a lot of stuff out. It's interesting though, like the medium of movies to books. Like, so using, for example, I know people think I'm crazy, but so I read 50 Shades of Grey a couple years back, and then I watched the movies. And the books are more of the main character's internal thoughts and dialogue, and then the movie is the more visual aspect of it. So it's like books can have a lot of internal thoughts from the characters, and you can't really translate that over well into movies unless you have like their internal monologue talking, and that kind of like breaks the fourth wall, I feel. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but so books anyway, they can make some really whack ass stories that are just kind of cool as shit. Case in point, it's not cool as shit, but it's whack ass. So, oh shit, I'm gonna break my printer, the $40 printer. Why do I even have a printer? Why did I buy a printer? I don't know why I even need a printer. Anyway, so novels are really cool because you get the crazy ass stories. And so yeah, this is a stack of books I've read. It's about ish amount of books, maybe 5-10. You already sat here for this long. Might as well just finish off the video. You got nothing better to do with your time. Just sit here and watch it. Okay. That's just. What else are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. You go jerk off to some Instagram model. There's nothing else for you to do. Watch my video. Anyway, so, and like I didn't curate this list at all. I literally just picked up a stack of books. So we're just gonna go through them and see what it is. This isn't a book. This is the Kindle. I don't like reading on Kindles. I like the experience of reading on Kindles, but I don't like buying books on Kindle. For the sole purpose of I like to have a hard copy of it. So when they go back and retroactively change 1984, like they've done, or take it off, you know, I still have a book, and you can come to my house and yeah, fight me for it. But this book I couldn't really find and see, this is a good example of why I like to buy the books, because this one I couldn't find a new copy anywhere online. So it was 14 by Peter Clines. Okay, 14. So this, without going too deep into it, I'm not really going to review these books, but this one is about a guy who gets an apartment and then whack-ass stuff starts happening in the apartment, and it seems like it's like logical at first, and then stuff starts going really wacky, and then let's just say like Cthulhu is a character in here. I know that sounds weird, but like there's like legit Cthulhu in here. It's it deals with cosmic horror and shit. Like, and it's pretty cool. I almost felt like some of it played it a little safe, but I did enjoy it. It was a really good mystery story, a lot of wacky stuff happening, and that's what I like. I like that sort of stuff. So definitely, I would check that out for sure. And it's really cheap on Kindle. I think, well, I got it for almost free because I had a bunch of Kindle points from buying a bunch of other books. So yeah, that one was pretty cool. And I don't feel like there was a little bit of how annoying is that? There was a little bit of diversity, I feel, with the characters. But it wasn't really shoved in your face like the Nice House on the Lake, where every character is fucking trans or gay. I can make a rant about that book all day long, which we might actually make a rant about that. It's in the pile over there of books I've read, so maybe we'll make a third or fourth one of these. Next book we have is Stephen King, The Dark Half. So this is the first Stephen King book I actually read. I like his writing. His writing's pretty good. I know everyone's like, Stephen King's like, he's a household name. Like, even my mom knows about Stephen King, and I'm like, wow, okay. You know, she doesn't really read books or like horror or anything, but she knew about him. I like his writing. It was really good style. Obviously, he's popular for a reason. I do feel like it was a bit wordy. It's kind of it was a brick. Like, I mean, a thick ass brick. It's like, it's almost 1,000 pages, I think. 592. I was only like 50% off. 40%. I was only 40% off. That's margin for error. God. Okay, John. How are our numbers looking? Oh, good. It's a plus or minus 40%. I did like it. It was a little long, but it kept me engaged. So normally I don't read books that long. Like 300 pages is good. I get bored really easy. That's why I'm trying to force myself to read, because it helps your attention span, you know, when you're just sitting down looking at the page. I just have to, when I'm reading, I can't remind myself that I'm reading, or else I break concentration and I start actually realizing I'm reading ink on a page, and then my mind just goes whoop, and just I lose track of what I'm doing. But pretty decent book. I saw this in a grocery store, actually. I was walking past their books, you know, where they have like the tiny little novels and shit. But then I ended up ordering it along with a copy of a certain German painter's book off of a website, and I just threw this in for shits and giggles, so I didn't get the the FBI after me. Next one. Okay, so this is an interesting one. So this is Greg Egan Quarantine. Hell yeah! Do you see that? I don't have good lighting right now. The light's coming from over there. That's the one thing too that I hate about, and I'm looking off at my viewfinder, which is over there. Hang on a second. Hold up. Oh dang. There we go. Okay. I had my ISO set to auto, so when I got close to it, it blacked everything out. Anyway. We're getting way off nerdy rants with cameras and stuff, but like that's the thing. It's like I feel like a lot of times the gear that I'm using is like keeping me from making videos. That's why I'm hoping my little $500 GoPro will help, because there's not as much stuff to do on there. You know, it's like you just set and go. This I'm like, what microphone do I use? What do I do with this? What do I do with that? Where do I position it? Anyway, get back to book. This is what we're talking about. Greg Egan Quarantine. This basically, the world gets put in a little bubble, poof, or not the world, the universe, our solar system, our galaxy, up to Pluto. Pluto's still a planet. Fuck you if you say no. I still have love for Pluto. It gets encapsulated, and like we're cut off from the rest of space. And that's basically the setup, but the book is actually more of a heist novel, which is actually pretty cool. And I like that because, I don't know why I like it. I do like it. I like it because the whole world setup, it's like they set up the world, but then that kind of takes backstage. It's like a really cool world setup, like we're cut off from the rest of space. But then it's more focused on like the heist. So it was an interesting thing, but it does kind of play into like the whole universe being cut off. There's reasons for it. This is a very complex book though, as far as like the guy that wrote is like legit a physicist or some shit. He's got, or Greg again, it's a big ass name on the front of the book. He's like a physicist, so, you know, he gets into quantum physics a lot. The end of it goes absolutely fucking insane, but it's pretty cool. And it's definitely worth a read, but you just have to kind of like, just read through and just like, yes, I understand what's happening. You just have to nod to everything. Because if someone was like, explain, I'm just like, I don't know. But it was good. I know I said that a lot. It's good, but I can't explain it. Anyway, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This book is one of those personal development books that everyone's read, I feel like. It is it's like, I don't know how to put this like nicely, but it's like, it's written for dumb people, I feel. Like anyone can read it and understand it. There's not really any complex, like no complex subjects really. It's just pretty straightforward, which is good. Like I feel like it could help a lot of people, you know, but it's kind of like you read one self-help book or one personal development book, you read them all. But this one was, I mean, it was a fun read. Like I liked it, I enjoyed it. It's, you know, it's good pacing, pacing, it's not a story. It flowed really well, you know, pretty easy to understand. I know the guy, Mark Manson. Look at his little mug right there. Oh, hey, look, it notices him as a face. Obviously, because he's a face. He's got a YouTube channel, some pretty good videos, but like, don't fall into the rabbit hole of just like reading and consuming like self-development stuff, because then you're just going to be a fat lazy slob. It's like, go outside and actually take a walk. Okay, so this is one of my favorite authors now, is Adam Nevill. This is The Ritual. Focus. There we go. Look at that. They turned this into a Netflix movie, which my brother let me borrow his Netflix account, and it was okay. They changed a lot of stuff at the end. The book, I would say, is actually more terrifying, like really terrifying. They cut out the whole ending is changed in the movie. It's something in this book. It's a thingy. And I've read the Reddening. Holy shit, read the Reddening. I readed The Reddening. The Reddening is another book of his. And that was my first Adam Nevill book I read. I posted about it on Instagram, if you follow me on there, and he actually responded to it, which is pretty cool. And his horror writing, this is a pretty big book. It's about 400 pages. And it goes really fast. Like, I like how sometimes he'll make quick little short chapters just fly by. You know, to fly by. It's like, it'll be like one-page chapters. And it's like, oh my god. His horror is really good. I got a lot of his other books, and I need to check them out soon. We're into more horror. So this is from I don't know how you pronounce the name. In the Miso Soup. It's about some guy who's a tour guide for the nightlife prostitutes of Tokyo. I think it's in Tokyo. And he's showing this guy around and then finds out this guy might actually be a fucking serial killer. And there's a scene in here, you'll know it if you read it, that literally left me going like, what the absolute fuck did I just read? Like, it's almost as bad. This is what I was saying about the Japanese horror. It's almost, if not as bad as the ending to Parasite Eve. And by bad, I mean like, not that it's written bad or anything, but just like horrific bad, you know? Like, what happens? Like, oh my God. It's like describing something that you're like, I feel like I just witnessed a crime scene, you know, because you do in here. But it's like horrific. This one had an okay ending, I feel. A short little read. I actually saw this when I was still dating the girl. And we were in Barnes & Nobles, because she liked books. But another type of books, like, you know, It Ends With Us from What's-Her-Face? Colleen Hoover, which I actually read because I liked the girl I was dating. I read it because that was one of her favorite books. And yeah, I got thoughts about that one too. We'll talk about maybe some other time. But I saw this and I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. I'm gonna get it. And it was a good read. I liked it. Another book that is a... okay. Okay. So, Negative Space by B.R. Yeager. This book... what the fuck? Like, seriously. Oh my God, my camera just cut off. I forgot it has a 30-minute recording limit, and I didn't realize I hit that already, which is fun. I thought it just like split up videos, but anyway. So anyway, yeah, we were talking about Negative Space. I don't know exactly where it cut off, but Negative Space by B.R. Yeager, it deals with drugs and shit. So it's paced really weird too. So if you look here, you have these characters' names. So it's like, it follows a couple different characters. Like the main character actually doesn't have a viewpoint, which is interesting. It takes a while to realize that that's what it's doing, because like I mean, every single place, like, see, it keeps bouncing back and forth between characters, like in each chapter. Like it's not one chapter's following one person, one's following the other one. It's like in each chapter, like almost paragraph to paragraph, it's like bouncing back and forth between viewpoints, which at first it was really disorientating, which I feel like the book is meant to be disorientating, because like I said, it deals with like drugs and shit and cult. And actually, I posted about this on Facebook, and my cousin actually read it, and she liked it, but I think she also likes drugs. It's a very weird read. Like, I would not necessarily recommend it. Like, I would recommend if you like interesting things. I guess we'll put it that way. It is one giant case of what the fuck. So... and it's like also, if you have, there's a lot of gruesome shit in there too, like a lot, and like, so don't read it if you're sensitive to that sort of stuff. Nightfall by Isaac Asimov. This is a collection of short stories, but the Nightfall is kind of the main one. It deals with basically the, like, what if nighttime made people go insane, sort of. Like, if you lived on a planet that never saw night and you never knew what night was, what would happen if night actually fell? And it's pretty interesting. It's like a very, very interesting, thought-provoking thingamabopper. The other stories in there's like 20 of them, I think. There's quite a few. Nightfall, Green Patches, Hostess, Breeds, There's a Man, Shoot, In a Good Cause, What If, Sally. There's some interesting ones. There was one here, I think, about some, like, if human, like, your consciousness or like dreams or some shit was like when you're dreaming, that's like your consciousness, and they split off, and like a consciousness is actually like an infection in the universe. Like it gets really interesting. Like there's some there's some really interesting, thought-provoking stories, but none of them really stood out. Like Nightfall, obviously. Nightfall's the main story in here. It was still a nice little collection, you know, if you like story collections and sci-fi. It's all basically sci-fi. Yeah. Okay. This next book, I've basically tried to recommend this to every single person that has ears and can listen. And even if they don't have ears, I write in front of their face. Now, this is actually like one of those TikTok books, and like it's a popular book. Like you can literally like find it at the grocery store. Literally, like I've seen this at my local grocery stores before, you know, in their book section. It's that popular. I think it's actually well worth it, in my opinion. And that is The Silent Patient. So... this, I will not spoil any of it because I think it's definitely worth a read. It has one of the best twists I've ever read, or actually one of the best twists in any media that I've ever read, watched, seen. Some people may think it's kind of a cheap twist. I actually really liked it. I personally didn't see it coming. Some people could probably see it coming from a mile away. I would just say if you like Shutter Island, let's say if you like Shutter Island, this gave me a lot of Shutter Island vibes. And so if you like Shutter Island and if you haven't read it or know anything about the book, I would read it blind. Because I recommended it actually to my brother who doesn't really read it all, and he actually liked it. So, and I recommended it to like 80 people at work and then everybody online I could. I read it, I like was up at like 3 in the morning finishing it. I'm just like, I cannot put this down. It's like, this is so good. So the guy Alex Michaelides, he's I guess he's like a screenplay writer, and supposedly they're turning this into a movie. So that would be interesting. If he's the one that actually helps write it, or not helps write it, but if he writes it, because they could probably fuck this up really bad. So one last book though, I think that's actually how I started off the year reading this, maybe, and that is Clive Barker's The Hellbound Heart. This is a short little story. It was okay. I actually probably should read through it again. The print is like massive in this, holy shit. So this is what Hellraiser is based off of, which I have not actually seen, which is kind of weird for me. You think I would have seen Hellraiser. I know, anyway, we're not, well, the new Hellraiser on HBO or Netflix or whatever, the main character, that Pinhead, is like played by a trans guy, woman, fuck it, I don't know. One of the Alphabet Soup people. No, the Alphabet Soup is the FBI, CIA, all of them. One of the Alphabet people. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But this is an interesting story. Some guy gets like, he's like in the walls of a house and it deals with shit. But it wasn't really scary. It was a little disturbing, I guess, but I didn't think it was like horror. I could have taken, what the fuck are you doing up there? Shut up. My neighbors. I could have taken or leaving it. Taken or leaving it. Took or leaving it. Holy shit. Took or leaving it. Taken or leaving it? Ah. It was okay. I know Clive Barker's like one of those names in horror that's like, he's the man. I'm just like, okay. Barker created the 1987 British horror film Hellraiser. Also, the original Hellraiser film came out in 1987, I guess. Whatever. It was it's interesting, but it kind of deals like what if you had like so much pleasure that like it was painful, or like it drove you mad or some shit. I don't know. But I think people think way too deeply into this book. Anyway, so that was the latest stack of shit I've read. That's what I should just call this. I would call this. I'm just like restacking everything down here. I should call this just shit I've read, part 1. We'll go like this. This will be my thumbnail for it. Anyway, yeah. So that is a very, very long-winded book. This was a book you just watched. No, it wasn't. Long-winded video of the books I have been reading. The latest ones. There's a lot more, so I'll probably make like part 2, 3, 4 of this. I got some bangers over on my bookshelf. Like I got like the Dune series I haven't read yet. I got like all the Lord of the Rings, like the classics everyone says to read. I haven't read them yet, but because this fucker has been taking up all of my time, and we need to talk about that at some point. Let's talk about it now. Fuck it. I got time on my camera. So I should really split this off in another video, but we'll make a quick little rant right now for anyone who's still stuck around. So social media has been, Facebook specifically, has been fucking me over because whatever algorithm Facebook uses, like I don't fucking know, but it is the only social media that is addictive to me. Instagram. I don't really use Instagram anymore. I normally am just on there to post every now and then. Like I'm never just scrolling. I might scroll Instagram for like 5 minutes and I get off. I don't like the way Instagram works. Even though it's owned by Facebook, I don't like Instagram. I've deleted my TikTok, like permanently deleted it. I think my Snapchat I permanently deleted because I didn't use either of those. YouTube I'll watch videos, but well, YouTube does take up a lot of my time. But though I feel like YouTube's more like informational as long as like like you're not just watching bullshit on there. So I'll watch videos on YouTube most of the time when I'm eating dinner. I'll just have a video playing, or like after dinner I'll have it kind of playing in the background, But Facebook, oh my fucking god! For some reason, whatever algorithm they use on that stupid dumbass piece of shit app, it just hooks me and keeps me coming back. So much that I actually set my account to be deleted. And it takes like, hey, it's gonna take 30 days to permanently delete this bullshit in case you wanna come back, fucker. And I was like, I think 3 or 4 days away from being permanently deleted. And I was like, nah, I gotta get back on. I need my fix. I need to scroll and scroll and scroll. And it's like, dude. And I've tried like deleting the app off there, putting limits on it, but for some reason Facebook just draws me back in. And like I can quit almost anything else. Like video, I used to be like massively into video games. Now I can play for like 10, 20 minutes and I'm just like, I'm good. You know, like I can do anything, like even caffeine. Like I randomly quit energy drinks like last week. Now I'm back on them again, so you know, see how well that works. But like I just randomly quit them. Just like, I'm just like, I'm gonna quit it. But Facebook, for some reason, that fucker keeps pulling me back in. Mark Zuckerberg, fuck you. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I think it's like, I feel like since there's real people on there I know and I have like actual like friends and acquaintances on there, that's why I keep, like, I'm so drawn to it. Like, what are they doing, you know? But it's like, bro, just fuck that app. Just like, fuck it in the ass. That's gay though, but just fuck it with like a rusty screwdriver and a pineapple. There's got to be something. Like that's why I need to make more YouTube videos, because like this takes up a shit ton of time, because I gotta film it, I gotta edit it. Even though like editing a video like this is easy, I'll just cut it. It still takes time. You sit down and I gotta go through the whole like hour-long footage I have now and chop out all the bullshit that I don't need, and then color grade the fucker with little like, you know, line curves and all that shit. So stuff that people don't care about, but I do, you know. But so editing YouTube videos and making YouTube videos, you know, it takes up time. Facebook takes up all the time. So I think like part of the reason why I haven't been making YouTube is because I've been Facebook. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to get rid of that and just like focus on YouTube, because like YouTube is fun. Facebook is shit. There's actually a book. Hold on a second. See, I knew that we could segue this into the actual video, so we didn't get totally off track with talking about Facebook. But this book, The Chaos Machine, recommended by one of my, well, like the only podcaster I've listened to is Andy Frisella. He recommended this book, The Chaos Machine, by Max Fisher. Look at that. Look at all them smiley faces and likes and stuff. This explains social media, like what is happening with social media and how addictive it's got. And basically, like a lot of the background of it, and basically how Facebook has caused like mass genocides in other countries. Like legit got people killed. Like it's an app that has blood on its hands. And every chapter, this is almost more of a horror book than any of the other horror books. Like Adam Neville can't write horror this good, because this is, I mean, Adam Neville's great, but he can't write horror this good because this is actually real life. This is, like I said, every single chapter you read of this, you're gonna want to delete your social media. And I gotta read through that again because, like, yeah, social media is designed to make you addicted. And we got way off track, but that's okay, because this is free for you. Up until the point that anyway, we're getting way off track. I will see you again in some more videos, because we're coming back. We're coming back strong, I feel, for YouTube. I'm not gonna let my channel die a whimpering death. It's taken a little hiatus, but I'm not gonna let this fucker die, okay? This has been the only thing that I've had, like, the only thing I've had in my life, the only, like, creative outlet that I've actually, like, enjoyed. So we're not letting this fucker die. So, cheers. Oh, I just splashed Monster in my eye. Holy shit.